Welcome everybody to Filmora Effects, and today we're going to talk about the 5 essential things you need to know as a Filmora video editor. Let's start with number 1, text titles. Titles are very important. It's something you need to know, and it is essential to any good video. A lot of people watch YouTube videos, TikTok videos with the sound off. Having titles is critical to get their attention and to get your message across. And we'll just do a quick little sample here. We'll just pick a random clip from Pexels, which is built into Filmora 11. And the new version of Filmora 11 actually allows very quick titles, quick text right here on the bar. If you don't see it, click here on the custom toolbar and make sure it's enabled. It could be turned off. So we can just kind of scroll across, click it real fast, and boom, you've got a subtitle, a title. You can go in and double click it. You can change it around. You can do whatever you want to do. This is a beach. Okay, got it? You can change that color. You can add some preset styling to it, like so. You can simply scroll it up. I'm rolling the wheel on my mouse right now. I hover over it. So you can change it right there. You can make it bold. If you got a couple things, you can center them up. You can switch it over to word art, which is one of my favorite things to do. I love word art, like so. And that is very critical and essential to your videos. Filmora does make it quick and easy with this new button right here. If you don't want to use that button and you want something really fancy, you can just go to titles. And in my favorites, I save, probably the very first thing I ever favored was a default title. So we just pop that in. That's pretty much exactly the same as clicking there, except they started in the center instead of as a lower third. And then you can just go in here, double click it, and do everything I just did all over again. And you can just grab that stuff and move it here and change it, etc., etc. If you want to get super fancy, well, Filmora allows you to do that as well. I want you to just quickly look over here and see what's going on. There are just thousands, literally thousands, of titles, openers, things you can use to enhance your video. There's a new category called cinematic, just popped up the other day. That's one thing I love about Filmora. They're constantly adding things. Here's one that I've already downloaded, so I'll just grab it. And you can change this. Now you notice there's some stuff underneath. So what I like to do is slide that up out of the way, double click it. Now let's say I don't particularly want that. You just delete it. And I don't really want that. Just delete it. And then we can just take the main one. You can notice it centers up for you. It just sort of snaps into place. The beach. Anyway, guys, you get the idea. You can also go ahead and get real fancy. First, let's look at it and see how it looks. So it just sort of fades in. Okay, but if you want to do something crazy with your text titles, you can double click. You can go to, let's go ahead and put a word art on it. There it is. And we can go to animation. You can pick all of these custom animations. So we want to zoom that out. So we just double click it and now it zooms. And now we've got something even more exciting. And you can shorten that, lengthen that, whatever you want to do. That was your essential tip for number 1, text titles. Titles are incredibly important to your video. Don't miss out on them. Essential item number 2 is color grading. This is something a lot of people miss out on, but Filmora makes it crazy easy. I'm going to shrink this timeline up just for a second. I'm going to get another piece of footage for you. Let's go something in my downloads folder that I already have. That's a nice one. And let's just go ahead and apply that one over here. And let me show you what I got going on. So we have a lot of purple, dark reddish colors there. But this sand is not. This So that is quite the contrast in colors. Advanced color tools, and let's go with color match, and I'll show you color correction in a second. Let's go with color match. Select the frame to match to. So what we're doing here is matching this color to this color. So I want to match right there. So what it did is it sort of brought these two images closer together, and we'll do the opposite in a second. So now you can see, isn't that beautiful? So you can see that the color scheme of everything has been modified to kind of fit that one. And that looks really cool. So you can take, let's just take a clip, cut it. Let's take it over here, drop it in the center, delete that real fast. Now your video makes a little more sense, right? So now we got this, then you got something happening over here, and then we're back on the beach because something's going on over here. That color correction is pretty cool. All right, let's just grab that, put it back over here. If you haven't seen my other video about timeline management, make sure you go back and click on that video and watch it, and you'll see why these things are snapping and rippling and all kinds of fun stuff is happening. That's in a completely different video, guys. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to hit Control-Z and just kind of bring this back to where it was. There we go. Yep, one more. And you can also do the opposite, guys. So if you want to get the beach picture a little more like this color, well, all you got to do is just switch positions because it's going to take the first one first as a reference. So we just switch the positions. We can always switch them back when we're done. Okay, select the clip that you want the color to come over to them. This is going to be your reference. This is the one we want to get a little more purpley. Just simply go back over to color match. That's our current, that's our reference. We already got the frame that we want. Go ahead and match it. There you go. Say OK, and now things are a little more matched up. So you can see that the beach picture now kind of reflects the same dark image as the first one. And you can do something similar that I did before. If you want it, if you're trying to make a video where you're showing the fog and the sun, and then you want to switch over to the beach. See now, you see how it's a little purpley up in this area. That was color matching. Also essential for you to learn is color correction. These kind of go hand in hand. Let's take the beginning of this video, and this all depends obviously on what you guys are doing with your videos and how you're trying to make them look. But we can see right here we've got a lot of yellow, orange, purple, red, and dark black. Well, maybe we don't like that. Select your clip, go to your advanced color tools and color correction tool, and you can see that we've got a bunch of presets. We'll go with Harry Potter, so now we can turn that kind of blue. And maybe you're trying to match this up to an ocean scene, for example, where there's some blue waves. Maybe you're trying to do something to make it a little darker. If you don't like any of that stuff, you can reset it all, jump over to Adjust, and using your histogram, using auto mode, using any of these, including the brand new feature of RGB curve. Make sure you go back and watch my video on RGB curves. You can select a position on the line. This is blue. Let's go with red. You can see the red here, a little lighter there. Let's pick the top end of the red. You can already see, look at the red. I'm gonna circle this. See that red right there? Watch that red. Bright red. Now we can actually hold the mouse button and pull down. You can bring it away. You can bring it up. You can go full red. And so that is just absolutely beautiful. But let's say we need a little more yellow to come up in these clouds. Let's pick a new spot on the line. There we go. Let's brighten that yellow up just like so. Let's bring it down. Let's bring it higher. Nope, let's bring it down. Oh, that is awesome. And that's how you can do color correction and color matching. And let's go on to essential number 3. Essential item number 3 for your Filmora video editing tips is speed. And once again, Filmora has made this so incredibly easy for us. We used to have to go in and manually do speed ramping with transitions and et cetera, et cetera. Well, now it's built in. What? Yeah, I just said that. Speed ramping is now built in. Let's go to our stock media downloads and let's find something that's moving. Something that's moving fast. Well, we can take, this girl is running right here. So let's take the running girl, spread that out, quickly show you what's happening. So she's running rather fast. Let's slow her down right as she throws her purse up in the air. You see the purse go? All right, right about there. Let's go ahead and split that. Let's find where the purse, and right about there is where we want to fix that. Okay, so we can speed it up, we can slow it down. Now, sometimes you might want to split it so you know where the area you're working in. But with the new speed ramping, you don't actually need to split the clip. But let's go ahead and add that slow-mo. So I'm going to go frame by frame here so I get over where I want to be. That looks good. And slow-mo is this little picture of the, like a speedometer here. This is speed. We can go speed ramping. We can just go slow. We can do a uniform speed. So for this instance, we'll slow her down 0.1. You can see that really extended that out. That's a big slowdown. Now this is not speed ramping, guys. This is just a uniform slow. So see how it abruptly stops there? Okay, that frame rate was a little slow for that. I'm going to hit Control Z and back it out. And we're going to come back again. And now I'm going to show you how to ramp it. Let's go to speed ramping. Now speed ramping is super fun. They've got a couple presets for you. I normally go to customize. But let's go ahead and do one of those. Let's do a hero moment right there on that clip. So what's going to happen is, and this is the fun part, you can actually watch this as it goes across. So you can drag the line and see what's happening. So here we speed up slightly, and then here we drop real slow, and then we come back up, and then we fade out. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Now, not bad. Did you see it? Slow down, speed up. Now, speed ramping, it takes a little bit of work. You need to really play with it for a while, but it is an essential tool for Filmora video editing. I use it frequently, and I'm going to back this up one more time. Remove all the splits in the timeline, and we're going to go ahead and just ramp it without it, which is super cool. You just pick the spot where you want speed ramping to start. Let's do a customize, and I'm going to show you really fast how this works. So we're basically starting our ramp right when the purse starts to come out. So let's add a line. So we're adding a spot right there. That's kind of my beginning spot. Now I'm just going to click and drag the next spot. So she's slow, she's fast. So let's go fast. Real fast. We want to make her just whip around, just spin around. Whoop, like that with the purse, and then we come back to normal. Okay? I love speed ramping, guys. It's so fun. So let's, boom. Do you see that? And there you go. That is essential. You have to use this, guys. You can do some amazing, incredible effects with speed ramping. It really grabs the attention of the viewer. It makes them think. Please keep in mind, if you're going to be doing slow-mo, you're going to need to film at a high frame rate. Let's move on to the next essential thing you need to know as a film editor, and that is transitions. Transitions, incredibly important. Incredibly important. I'm going to hit Control Z, guys, and just kind of undo everything. And let's get right back to a couple transitions. I'm just going to drop some stuff on the timeline. I don't really care what it is right now. So we got a guy walking, we got a waterfall, and we got that same girl running around. Okay? Just to make life easy, let's split and delete so we have a shorter video. For this demonstration, let's split some of the waterfall out as well. And there we go. So we've got, if you just were to watch this in normal speed with no transitions, it's kind of weird. You got a guy walking. into the distance, and then it just switches, like abruptly switches into this little stream, and then abruptly switch boom, into this girl. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Transitions. Filmora. Unbelievable. Look to my left. These are transitions. There are, again, thousands and thousands of transitions. Literally, thousands. They're broken down into all kinds of categories. Just look under film stock. Look at all this stuff that I've downloaded from their site. So let's just take one, and it's as simple as drag and drop. That is it, guys. That's your transition. But if you don't like it, you can grab the end, make it shorter. You can make it longer. You can do whatever you want. You can double click that, and you can even do a few things to it. You can adjust the time, include the edges, the frames, prefix, postfix. There's things you can do to all of these transitions. Now let's go from this guy walking. Boom. Now that could have made sense if we were doing some sort of video about some ancient Rome or something, and there were some pillars involved somewhere. But again, boom, click it and delete it. Now up here in my favorites, this is my favorite. This was my #1 favorite. Still my #1 favorite. It's called Dissolve. I use it pretty frequently, so it just sort of dissolves into the next scene. That is one of my favorites, but there are millions. I've been using wind quite a bit lately. Depends on the type of video I'm making. I like wind, just sort of whoosh, and that's not bad for that scene. And then we got the girl. We're going to go from this to that one. Depending on the type of video and the music and all that, we can do a shattered screen effect. Boom. And moving on. Anyway, thousands of transitions. And finally, let's go to the last essential thing you need to know as an editor, and that is music and audio. Music and audio are going to be your friends. There are so many people now watching TikTok that are coming over to YouTube for the longer videos. Music really helps out. And so I will often find a nice intro song. Now, once again, I am using Filmora. Filmora has just, again, look right here, sound effects, 1,129 sound effects. If you need it, they probably got it. I'm going to go to exclusive music, and I'm just going to grab one and drop it down. So now, I'll mute that for a second. So now a boring video of a guy walking into the distance all of a sudden becomes a whole new video. Now, that just became a whole new video, y'all. I mean, it just went from some boring scenes to the music. I guess the music is one of the most important things in the video, but again, don't overdo it. If you're speaking, if you're telling a story about this pond or this stream, and you're trying to give great detail on the green, mossy, and the flowing water, well, no one's going to hear you if the music is blasting in the background. Well, Filmora helps you with that too if you want to use it. Let's pick this clip of this flowing water. I'll just leave the transition there. Let's go ahead and double click it. Let's go to audio, and they have built-in ducking. You never heard of ducking? Watch the volume level right here in this clip. Just watch that while I click this button. You see what happened? So this clip automatically reduced the volume of this clip. So the music can be heard in the background. And in this case, I left it dead center, but I can make it very weak or very strong, or I can adjust it to wherever I want it. Now, you can hear it in the background, but now you can be talking about the flowing water and the ripples in the water, and someone can hear you. Sometimes you just flat out want that audio gone. So right about here, let's say we start talking. So what we do is we highlight that, we split the clip, we delete the music over here on this side. We grab this little white bar and we fade. We fade. I do fades a lot, guys. See how it just faded off into nothing there? That's it, guys. Those are your 5 essential things you need to know as a Filmora video editor. Practice with these things. Practice, practice, practice makes perfect, perfect, perfect. We'll see you guys real soon on the next video.